You know, in the tech world, there are certifications, and then there are certifications. We see alphabet soup on resumes all the time, but there's one that still seems to make hiring managers stop scrolling and actually pay attention.
You're talking about the CCIE.
Exactly. The Cisco Certified Internetwork Expert. It's been around for decades, but we're looking at 2025 now. The landscape has changed. Cloud, AI, automation. So the big question is, does this badge still hold that legendary status, or is it just a relic of the hardware era?
That is the million-dollar question. Or maybe more accurately, the $150,000 question.
Okay, we're jumping straight to the salary. I like it.
We have to. But to answer your first point, no, it is not a relic. If anything, in 2025, the CCI has morphed into something even more critical. Think of it less like a certificate and more like a PhD in networking. It proves you can handle infrastructure that, if it goes down, costs a company millions of dollars a minute.
So it's basically insurance for the company. They aren't just hiring a person, they're hiring peace of mind.
Precisely. And that's why the compensation is what it is. We're seeing average salaries hovering around $150,000 a year. And if you specialize, say, in security or the data center tracks, that number can climb significantly higher. And this is a massive but, getting there is brutal.
I've heard stories. People disappearing for months to study.
It's not an exaggeration. This isn't a multiple choice test you cram for on a weekend. It's a two-stage beast. First, you have the written exam, the qualifier, which is about $450. That tests your core knowledge, but that just buys you a ticket to the main event, the lab exam.
The infamous 8-hour lab.
8 hours of intense hands-on pressure. You are configuring, troubleshooting, and fixing a complex network topology that is actively trying to break. And it costs $1,600 just to sit in the chair. That's not including your travel, your hotel, or the thousands you might spend on practice labs and rack rentals beforehand.
Wow. So you're looking at an investment of, what, $4,000 minimum? Plus hundreds of hours of your life.
Easily. And that's if you pass on the first try. Most don't. It's a test of mental endurance as much as technical skill. But that barrier to entry is exactly why it's so valuable. If it were easy, that $150,000 salary would drop to $80,000 overnight.
That makes sense. Scarcity drives value. But you mentioned the landscape changing in 2025. If I'm a network engineer today, do I still just learn routing and switching? Or has the curriculum shifted?
It's completely shifted. The days of just plugging in cables and typing command lines are fading. The CCIE tracks now reflect where the industry is going. You've still got the classic enterprise infrastructure track, sure, but look at the growth in the security track. Cybersecurity is paramount right now.
And I assume wireless is huge too?
Massive. The enterprise wireless track is critical because everything is mobile now. But the real game changer is the DevNet track. This bridges the gap between networking and software development. It's all about automation, Python, APIs. In 2025, you aren't just configuring a router. You're writing code to configure 500 routers at once.
That's a terrifying shift for some old school engineers, I bet.
It is, but it's necessary. And that brings up another point, maintenance. You don't just get the CCIE and retire on the glory. It's valid for 3 years. You have to recertify.
The treadmill never stops.
It can't. Technology moves too fast. You either pass exams again, or you earn continuing education credits. It forces you to stay sharp.
So, let's boil this down. Who is this actually for? Because it sounds like overkill for a standard IT manager.
It absolutely is. If you're just maintaining a small office network, don't do this. This is for the architects, the senior security engineers, the consultants who charge by the hour to fix disasters. It's for the people who want to be the Navy SEALs of the networking world.
I love that analogy.
It fits. It's for the people who want to look at a complex, broken, global network infrastructure and say, I know exactly how to fix this.
So, looking ahead, 2025 and beyond. Is the CCIE still the gold standard?
Without a doubt. As long as the world runs on connectivity and it's only getting more connected, the person who understands the deep, complex architecture behind that connectivity will always be the most valuable person in the room.
That's a powerful place to leave it. It's not just about a pay raise. It's about mastering the invisible infrastructure that holds our digital world together. A huge challenge, but clearly a huge reward.
High risk, high reward. That's the game.
Thanks for breaking it down. For everyone listening, if you're thinking about taking the plunge, good luck. You're going to need it.